Happy Mother's Day, everybody. Sam back at you again. I want to say Happy Mother's Day to all of the mothers out there and to all of those who have acted as mothers, whether you're aunt, godmother, grandmother, sister, whatever the case may be. I commend you for doing the job you're doing, trying to raise these young people to become productive members of society. And being a mother myself, it is challenging, but at the end of the day, when you see that they have grown to be adults and taking care of their own children, you kind of feel proud that, they're able to get out on their own. Granted, we don't want them to make the same mistakes we did, but sometimes you got to let them learn on their own. But anyway, I come to you with this story. It's not a good story, but when is it ever a good story? This is about a mom who beat her 4-year-old son to death with a broomstick and was sentenced to 17 years behind bars. Now, I understand that, yeah, you can have children, but not everybody is meant to be a parent. I mean, it's just bottom line. The stresses of life alone can kind of wear on you. And when you have another responsibility, yeah, that's, I don't want to say added stress, but it's just a more responsibility. But I'm not making excuses for this young lady because what she did, it was dead wrong. I mean, a 4-year old, he's a baby, he's a toddler, he can't even defend himself. So, you know, let me read it and then, I'll go into deeper discussion with this here. Okay. So, according to the Daily News, a monstrous mother was sentenced Wednesday to 17 years in prison for bludgeoning the life out of her little boy with a broomstick. Zara Combs fatally beat her 4-year-old son Zamir in January 2017 because the tot dropped an egg in their Brownsville apartment. The boy had gotten the egg when she refused to get him food. So, okay, I got to stop right there. Now, obviously, this little boy has been saying he's hungry for a while. And I guess he got to the point he was like, well, look, mama ain't gonna give me no food. I gotta fix something to eat. I gotta get something to eat. Okay, so mama get this thing right here out of here's the egg. Mama ain't feed me. I'm hungry. So he goes to the refrigerator to get the egg. Granted, there's a way you can discipline a child, but if that child was hungry and you refused him food, this child was willing to take an ass beating to get something to eat. So how long has it been since you've had fed that child? I'm just saying. I mean, man, okay, let me go on. Okay. It says also she beat the boy with two of her three other kids in the apartment. The former daycare worker worked for 20 minutes before. Wait a minute, hold on. I'm sorry. The former daycare worker waited for 20 minutes before calling 911. Cops found the battered boy foaming at the mouth and stowed inside a water-filled plastic bin. Lord have mercy. So wait a minute. You have three children. You work at a daycare and you killed your son. So now my question to you is, if you did this to your own son, what the hell were you doing to those kids at that daycare? That would be my first concern as a parent who takes their child to this daycare. If she did that to her own son for getting an egg because he was hungry, what has she done to other kids in that daycare that they haven't even reported or said anything about? I'm just saying. That would be a question that me as a parent would ask. But not only did she beat the boy, but she beat the boy till he was foaming at the mouth. And then she stuffed him inside a water filled bin. Man, listen. These demonic spirits, man, and I'm gonna tell you, these people got some spirit. What parent will beat their child to death and put him in a water field? Man, come on, man. You not logic is not even in your frame of thinking. And I'm not even going to say that she had temporary insanity because you were insane enough to put him in a bin. Let me finish reading. Combs, 28, left him there while she nursed her newborn. She pled guilty last month to manslaughter and endangerment of a child. The sentence almost didn't happen. Evidence showed the boy sustained approximately 60 injuries to his head and body. Little Zamir was an innocent boy who did not deserve to die, Brooklyn District Attorney Eric Gonzalez said. It is truly disturbing that his mother, the person who was supposed to care for his well-being and safety, viciously beat him and left him for dead. Zamir's father and Combs' ex-husband had his demons too. When Zamir was months old, Bashir McLean killed and decapitated and dismembered his own mother. So let me say this right here. Mental disease is Lord have mercy. Mental disease is something. And this woman got with this man, had a baby with a man that then killed his mama and decapitated her. Man, listen, let me tell y'all something. Man, listen, you have to be careful who you dealing with. I'm gonna tell you, it's nothing wrong with being in a relationship. It's nothing wrong with being a parent. But I'm telling you, the signs are there. The signs are there. You have to see it. And some of us know the signs are there and we choose to ignore it until it's too late. Lord have mercy. I'm going to be honest with you. My personal opinion, right, wrong, or indifferent, this baby didn't stand a chance. And them other two kids, they not going to stand a chance either. It's sad that the kids are going to have to go in the system if they don't have other family members that can take care of them. But then you got to look at the other family members. Do they have any mental issues? Are they able to afford to take in another child to be able to take care of this child? Nobody wants their relatives, especially babies and kids, to go to be wards of the state. I mean, it got to be something that somebody in that family can do. I hope I hope those babies are with some family. I mean, he is serving the baby's father is serving 25 years to life for that matricide. This man killed his mama and decapitated her, and he dismembered her. So not only did he kill her, but he chopped her up. Now, let me say this right here. When you do that to your mama, you got some rage on you. You hear me? You got some rage that it's like you hate your mama that bad that you'd rather kill her and decapitate her and dismember her body as if you out from the country cutting a deer. And after you done skin the deer, now you done cut it up into quarter pieces and the hind quarter and the tenderloin, and you got all. Man, come on, man. Listen, I can't speak for everybody, but I have a loving mother. I mean, everybody's mama, like Lord, mom sometimes. But at the end of the day, I love my mama, and I ain't gonna let nothing happen to her. And if I could be right there for her, and right there with her, I'm there. We don't talk every day, but we do talk. And we talk at least maybe once a week, every other week we talk. I mean, my mama, she doing her thing, I'm doing my thing, so it's all good. But this girl beat her baby 4 years old. He is a baby. People say, yeah, he's a toddler. But for real, he's a baby. He can't go out here and get a job. He can't go out here and take care of himself, wash his clothes, cook his meals, and all that other stuff. He's a baby. He is dependent on the person who gave him life or who is a part of his life to love him and to nurture him and guide him. This boy didn't stand a chance. This boy didn't stand a chance. I mean, because the child was hungry, an egg. Instead of, okay, she could have spanked the boy. She could have spanked the baby. But then you got to say, no, you really can't spank him for going to get an egg because he had been asking for something to eat and she just been refusing to feed this child. I mean, how can you refuse a child to eat? Man, let me tell you something. My grandbaby will be 4 years old in the next few months or so. And if my grandbaby, I'm not even going to ask her if she's hungry. Come on, baby, it's time to eat. Okay, Nana, time to eat. And then it's whereas if she's hungry, like after she's been to play, after she's had lunch or breakfast or whatever, she's playing around or she's playing with her cousin or whatever the case may be. Nana, I'm hungry. Okay, baby, let's eat. How can you refuse a child to eat if they hungry? I mean, I don't feel bad for them. I feel bad for them babies. I don't feel bad for her. I don't feel bad for that child's father. I feel bad for them babies. Them babies, they didn't ask to come into this world, man. Not everybody that has a child is meant to be a parent. You just not. I mean, and the crazy part about it too. And I'm just gonna be straightforward, honest, and in your face and direct. The family know your mama, your sister, your cousin, your aunties, your uncles, whatever, even your close friends, they know if something is unstable with you right here. They know when you are unstable. And instead of some of them pulling you back and be like, wait a minute here, hold up. You better think about what you're doing. Because what you're doing, it ain't making no sense. But the part that, I mean, you gotta have people in your life and surround yourself with people who's gonna pull your coattail and tell you you're wrong. Obviously, this boy, I'm sorry, this child's father ain't had nobody to pull his coattail. Obviously, he had some serious resentment from his mama. And she must have said or done something or didn't give him what he want or whatever the case may be. He was like, guess what? Okay, I'm gonna have to dust your ass off. It's fucked up for me to say it the way I said it, but that's what he did. He killed his mama, man. That's why I don't understand how anybody can disrespect your parents. No matter how jacked up they may be. Okay, if you got a deadbeat daddy, I understand you mad that he didn't do his part. Okay, fine. But at the end of the day, he's still your father. You gotta show some respect, but at the same time, you got these mamas that are have these babies, drop these babies off with grandma and or auntie, and they raise the babies from the time they little to the time they grown or 16, 17 years old. Then you want to try to take the child after somebody else done did the hard part and try to raise them from the time they 16, 17 years old, and now you want to try to be in their life and be a mama to them when grandmama or auntie or whoever was taking care of them while you was doing whatever you was doing. Now, sometimes, especially if you're in the military, you have to leave your children or your child behind with a relative that's going to take care of them. That's a different situation. Or either, it's like you got a job and your job is like in the next, I don't even want to say the next city. Your job, say for instance, your driving distance is over 2 hours to get to work every day. Well, what you got to do is eventually you got to say, okay, I need to find a place here. Okay, let me get a place here. You stay right here for about a month, 2 months, whatever. Let mama get things set up, and then you come. I've had to do that before, so that is a different situation. But I really do not seem to understand how you can take your child's life. And then he took his mama's life. You got all these families that are destroyed because of a senseless act that at the end of the day, it didn't even have to happen. It didn't have to happen. And I still have yet to grasp onto that. And I mean, I thank y'all for listening. If you like the message, hit the like button. You can subscribe to the channel. As I said before, excuse me. As I said before, I mean some of the topics I'm going to talk about are going to be funny. Some of them going to be serious, and some of them it's just going to be like seriously funny. And but it's not about um, that life is always serious, but you have to be serious about life. I mean, the only way to the top is to get off your bottom, and you got to make it happen. You got to. One of my famous quotes that I came up with, and I love it to this day because it inspires me. Let today be better than yesterday. May tomorrow be better than the present. You got to live each day as if it's your last. You just have to. You have to live each day. You have to live each day as if it's your last. You got to let your today be better than yesterday. May your tomorrow be better than your present. You got to want to do better. You got to want to be better. But anyway, thank you for your time. I appreciate it. I pray for these babies. I pray for the families that are going through this right now. And I know it's a sad thing to talk about on Mother's Day, but when is this subject about a baby dying ever a good time? It's never a good time to talk about death at all, but it happens. Thank you. Y'all have a good evening.